For this study, we're going to revise over our class project, Perfect by Ed Sheeran, and it could sound something like this. Or we can make it a bit more exciting and maybe add some picking into it. So this is not part of the original. I'm adding a picking pattern to compensate for the lack of the bass guitar, lack of the drums. So I'm sort of making the guitar a little bit more dynamic. It's going to sound something like this. And we can even add a strumming pattern, which we'll do at the end of the video, just to keep you watching. Now, the cool thing about this song over here, other than the fact it's got a capo at fret 1, please make sure you got your capo on. Also make sure you got the PDF file. The cool thing over here is that the chords, the fingers 3 and 4 fixed the whole way through in the 3rd fret from your capo on the bottom 2 strings. So if you're going through G, for example, finger 1, finger 2, 3 and 4 at the bottom, there's your G. When you go to E minor 7, only the middle finger number 2 actually has to change. You can see there, nice and easy transition, middle finger at the top, and now we got E minor 7. 3 and 4 haven't moved yet. Next up, C add 9, and I want us to keep in mind that C add 9 is not CAD 9, and it also looks like G played on the wrong strings. That's C add 9, and we don't pluck the 6th top string for this chord. Lastly, D, lose the 2nd finger, bring finger 1 down, put the 2nd finger at the bottom, and you got a normal standard D, and eventually your pinky comes off. Now, if you want to keep the strumming more traditional like on the original, you're going to have something like this. And I'm going to zoom in a lot closer now to show you what my picking hand is doing. Basically, the thumb is on the bass note. For G, it will be the 6th string, and fingers 1, 2, and 3 are on strings 3, 2, and 1 simultaneously. So finger 3, finger 2, finger 1 on strings 1, 2, and 3, and the thumb at the top. Now, with the picking technique, you're simply going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 6/8 time signature. You're counting to 6. And first of all, on the count of 1, you're playing all 4 strings, and then for 2, 3, the bottom. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4 you do all again, and 5, 6. So super slow motion up close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there is a strumming pattern and there is a picking pattern. Let me take you through all 3, and you can decide which you prefer. Here's the pick. This is the picking pattern. Now I'm going to call out the string numbers. String 6, string 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now we mentioned a 6/8 timing, so you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yes, this isn't what Ed Sheeran does, but it works really well for the song, especially if you're playing by yourself unaccompanied. So it's just you, no bass, no backup guitars, no drums. This is a cool way to lend rhythm and just basically expand on your guitar's dynamic. It's a nice way to take the song one step up if you're playing solo. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's really that easy. Be careful not to go too fast. It's a really slow song. And then for the strummers, we're going to do this. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, just to break it down slowly, you can move ahead on over here. We're going to divide that count of 6 in half. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. In other words, down, down, up, down. Now, don't mind if you use a pick. Down, down, up, down. Or if you use your fingers. Down, down, up, down. That's personal. But as long as the rhythm works. Okay. Now, I'm going to go with the strumming because it's probably the easiest way to get going for starters. and first of all get you to teach the song, or to get you to learn the song rather, and then we can expand from there into the picking, etc., etc. Let's do the strumming now. Got the G chord nicely in place. Remember, fingers 3 and 4 at the bottom. We can't do easy G for this, folks. And we're going to start with that 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, just counting the amount of strums. But the more correct way to count it is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Now for your verse, each chord gets played through twice, so it should be something like this. On the count of 4, if you want to play with 3 and 4 and... Second line, well, I've found a goal. Beautiful and sweet. And watch this D coming up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that G that I played now after that stop that I crowned that out loud is the G in the pre-chorus. Now above the word course, we were just kids when we fell in love, is NC. NC means no chord. You stop, dead, silence, don't want to hear anything. Okay, we got that. So when you come out of that last D in the second line of the first verse, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you fell in love, not knowing what it was. Okay. Are we cool with that? Now, next up, the rhythm stays the same largely, excepting for one sneaky little change in the chorus. But let's do the chorus quickly. Same chords, but the sequence changes. E minor 7, C add 9, G, and D. Notice again that fingers 3 and 4 don't move until you finally get to D, and then keep your pinky's movement minimal. Very important. Once through on each of those, your chorus should sound like this. I'm going to count this in again. 3 and 4 and E minor, C and G, to D, back to E minor 7, C add 9 again. So there's repetition, G to D. Now you might have heard a little, what actually happened there was a cool little embellishment, in other words an extra. Watch my pinky come down onto that first string. You hear the change? You can put that little technique in almost on every single song ever written on the chord D. It just works. Alright. Now at the end of the chorus, you're going to have a part where he sings, but darling, you look perfect tonight, and there's a part that goes 1. And before I put it into context, I first want to quickly show you the D with the F sharp bass. It's the same D you've just been playing, but watch my thumb that's wagging at you. He catches that top string, so you get this note. And the guideline, or the concept rather, there is to go G to F sharp with the D, E, D, and onto the C, and then back to D. Notice the pause between the last C add 9 to the D. The timing is critical, and please consider playing along with the original. This is the right key. It works like a charm with the strumming, even though it's going. It's still going to sound pretty sweet with the strumming or the picking, which I'm going to do now. What I'm going to do in context for the chorus, I'm going to play through E minor, C add 9, G, D twice instead of the full 4 times. And then I'm going to go into the perfect tonight part that I spoke about, just to get you sort of into the individual parts of the song. Are we ready? I'm going to pick up an E minor 7 now, 3 and 4 and... Here we go. And then he finds a woman. we're back to the song again. This should give you the basic tools and all the techniques and rhythms you need to make the song work the whole way through. If you've got any questions, please, you can WhatsApp me, you can message me, and I'll send you a copy of the PDF file. Now, just to guide you through the picking the whole way through, just once through like we promised as well. So if you want to pick, you can. Personally, I like the picking. It sounds quite sweet as well. It's a tough call between the picking and the strumming for me. But let's go. Picking we go. One more time. If you've forgotten it, just rewind the video quickly. You'll see it again in detail. And let's go. 3 and 4 and... Beautiful and sweet. E minor 7. C add 9. Here comes the D coming up with a stop. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stop. And 4. And we're going to fall in love again. So watch out for those little stops and starts. And if you're doing the chorus part where you're going to have that E minor C add 9, you switch from the picking into the strumming of each chord once, like that. So check this out. We're going to go E minor 7, C add 9, G, D just once through, and we're going to strum each of them afterwards with the last few rundowns. Let me play it, it's easier to hear it. 3 and 4 and... One more time. And you're into verse 2, and there we go. I'm not doing the little lead solo in this video. This is for the strummers that want to play along and sing and enjoy a really, really good song. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to drop me a WhatsApp. And just one more time, watch your bass notes, because fingers 3 and 4 sit pretty much in the same position for most of the chords. The chords tend to sound very similar, and that's what makes the song so cool. But please make sure your bass notes are nice and loud, otherwise the chords are going to sound just a little bit too much the same. Have a cool week. Looking forward to hearing from you. Cheers.